Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about Dua Lipa's song. She actually did it, and it features Da Baby. So he does actually a kind of like a rap kind of thing in between. But yeah, let's dive in. Let's check out this song. It's such a great song. All right, so here we go. Let's just start it, and we'll see how we go. Billboard, baby, do a leap and make them dance when they come on. Everybody looking for a dance, throw the run on. If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. All right, cool. First thing, you starts off with that kind of not a rap, but he's kind of like he's just kind of ad-libbing. He's like Billboard, we're coming, it's happening, and one thing that you'll notice, and I've heard this song bunches of times, so this is not the first time I've heard it, but one thing that you'll find is that pad that goes row, row, row at the very beginning. Have another listen. It's really, really cool. It's looped throughout the whole song. Boy, baby, do a leap and make them dance when they come on. Everybody looking for a dance, throw the run on. If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can... And so then they just turn it down when she comes in and sings. That is such a cool thing. And here's a little cool story that I found out about it. So the producer, Cos is his name, he was actually looking for this for about 6 to 7 years. He was looking for this special kind of synth that was the Roland VP 330, and they're kind of hard to come by, and he found it in Tokyo. And the first sound that you hear there is that sound that he pulled, and he just looped it throughout the whole thing. So it's such a cool little story or little thing. Have another listen, and then we'll keep going. When it come on, everybody looking for a dance, throw the run on. If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me. It's great. So one thing that I absolutely love is before we get into the melody or anything that she's singing, I love the bass groove, and they've just got a simple drum pattern. We'll have a listen to the drum pattern. It's very simple. I think it's just kick, a little bit of hat, some sort of hat. So it's kick, snare, but the bass line is the moving part. And it's like doing some really, really cool stuff. Here it is. If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. And so there's actually no hats. There's kind of like a it's kind of a, I'm not sure what it is. I'll have another listen, but it's kind of like it's like tick tick tick. It's kind of like a metal tin can-ish kind of sound. It's not quite a hat, and I'm assuming that she's just listening to the hat. I'm assuming that she'll come in with the hats during the chorus. Actually, it could be a hat, but they've just turned off all the sparkle in it, so it's really kind of like just muted. Actually, that's what it kind of sounds like. You need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. Yeah, so then the hat opens up, and it sounds like a different kind of hat. So that's kind of cool, a little hat trick. You'll find that a lot of with this kind of music, creating those hats. Be very particular with the hats. It's very it's kind of like you can really tell what kind of genre or what kind of you're going for a trap hat. Is it more of a hip hop kind of hat? Or a live hat, watch those hats. So just check that out. So, all right, cool. So let's dive into some of the melodies that she does, and some of the rhythm and timing. So she does a lot of really cool things here. And Dua Lipa is a great songwriter. She writes very catchy stuff. So if you have a listen to the first verse, it goes down. It goes da 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 da, and then she does again da 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 da, but then she goes. She goes up. It's kind of like a 4-line verse. She goes down on the first one, second one down, third one she goes up, does a little bit different. Then she goes back to the original one. Have a listen. And again, different. Back to the first.
If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me.
Okay, so when she gets to the first of all, we'll jump right into the rhythm now. So in the rhythm, she starts the first note on the first beat. So then when she gets to the pre-chorus, she starts on the I think it's I got it written down here. Pre-chorus, it's on the 1 and, so it's a little bit after the 1, so it's a little bit different to the verse. And then in the chorus, she starts on a pickup note on the 4 and. Now, when you do this with this kind of, if you notice the song is kind of like a bouncing kind of feel, it's like a bouncing. If you want that bouncy kind of sound, do a lot of stuff on the ands. You know, the ands is where it's got that kind of, gives it just that bouncy kind of feel. So check that out. Let's go again, and we'll have a listen to where she comes in on the parts.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way you like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company,
Here comes the pre-chorus.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating you.
So when she does the title of the song, Levitating, she comes in, it's kind of like a tag, or it's an added extra. So have a listen to the chorus again. We'll go back to the beginning of the chorus. She says the word levitating is the name of the chorus, but she's kind of like got other words in there that she does that. So it's pretty cool. So she's kind of like thrown in the chorus just as a hook, kind of an extra hook. She's really well known for lots of hooks. There's tons of hooks in this song. And you know what I say, if you're writing a song, the more hooks you put in the song, the more fish you're going to catch. So, okay, so we've got the melody. So that's kind of like how she's changed. And the rhythm, she's kind of like made sure she came in at those different sections. Big tip for you songwriters out there. So the length of the song is 3:20. So it's a little bit on that longer side. I usually say 3 is kind of getting them the long. So, but she's got lots of little extra parts in here that just give it a full. You know, there's lots of little parts that are going on in here. Okay, so now let's go back to some of the production stuff. I love where the guitars come in. Check out the guitars. No guitars. Guitars. So it's a very funky guitar. It's a great funky guitar. It's like ding 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 ding. It's a thin kind of guitar sound. They're probably playing on the top, maybe the middle strings. They're not playing on the bass notes, and so they're just kind of keeping it really funky, really kind of rhythm, lots of rhythm in there. But they don't come into the pre-chorus, and then so that's a little idea. Now let's go back to the hand claps. You'll notice that they do some hand claps that are really, really cool.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes.
And I just heard there for the first time, I heard a little, some sort of like, hey, or something like that. I think it sounds like a kid singing.
I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition.
So yeah, someone's going, hey!
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life.
Oh no, didn't do it that time. There it is. Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of way back in the back of the room, like some a bunch of people just going, hey, you know, but it's not very, they don't have, it sounds like maybe kids or some females. Doesn't sound like, it doesn't have the like all that low end of a male. So it's kind of like, they might have just cut it off, like just EQ'd it out. But very cool. Another little part in there, but they only did every other part. So those are what you call the bells and the whistles. So adding all that stuff to your production really, really goes a long, long way. So yeah, there's so much more in this song. Let's just listen to the chorus, because you know, when you're listening to a song for the first time, you're you're deciding in your own mind whether or not you like the song, whether it's something that you like. And so you know, the first verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, you've decided. By the chorus, you've like either turned it off, or you're like, yeah, this is a good song, and let's go do it again with a new verse and all that kind of thing. So I usually just do like listened up to the first verse, and then, you know, and you guys can listen to it on your own. All right, I have to just listen to what they're doing in the chorus for the synths. I have to show you what they're doing in the synths. It's really cool. They're just kind of like accenting kind of like adding to the song. It's kind of like and I already know that she wrote this, you know, she wrote it with her closest friends, and she actually captured it on her iPhone, and so she kind of already had the idea. So she mightn't have had the production with all these stabs and everything. So the stabs, I'm assuming, were written after the fact, and they're adding to the song. They're not taking away. They're adding to the song. So have a listen to those synths. And to keep that bounce up there's that hat coming in, or the thing, something high up going tss, tss, on the eighth to just really give it that bouncy, dancey kind of feel. So awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And keep in mind, if you head over to my website at thesecrets2musicsuccess.com, you can download free tips on songwriting. You can download free mixing tips and a bunch of other goodies. Check all that out, and please, if you did like this, please share it and subscribe. I'm chasing up my 500 subscribers, so we're nearly there. We're so close. So I think we're at today's date, I think, is 495. So we're 5 away. So please, yeah, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.